up and play bully ball.
Volleyball, that's right.
Well, yeah, that's what it ended up having to be. And we played 2 games in a row with really good coverage personnel and schemes that are not going to give you a whole lot of big explosive plays. And you got to be able to win multiple ways. If you're going to compete at the highest level, you're going to compete, have a team that's can compete against anybody through the playoffs. That's going to have different styles of play. You got to be able to adjust, and we've been able to do that the last 2 weeks. Now, that's not something everybody can do.
Coach, I talked to you about it yesterday. Last week you got punched in the mouth a little bit. Happened at the first set. It started both halves today.
What a ton of maturity. Once again, I think it goes back to our process. Our kids have put in the time, they put in the work, they put in the effort, and with that being said, they know they deserve to lose, but they refuse. They deserve to win, but they refuse to lose. But more than anything, now we're at a point where they don't get rattled. Let's just go play the next play. We've worked. We know what we're doing. They've made a couple of plays. Look, that team's coached. Eddie's a heck of a ball coach. That team came out ready to play, and they hit us with a couple of body blows, but nobody panicked, nobody was freaking out. Just stay the course, do what we do. We're going to be fine.
At 14-zip, was that the message relayed to those guys?
I really didn't have to say anything. I mean, that's just who we are now. I just feel I don't have to say that. I just feel comfortable that that's who our team is.
Coach, the guys up front really dominated again tonight. The offensive line, obviously, but let's talk about these running backs. I mean, big plays after big plays when you needed them. White finishes with 24 carries, 148 yards, but you got a nice little tandem there with White and Williams. Talk a little bit about that punch.
First you take Devin, and he's been hurt his whole career. He came out of middle school, and we thought he was going to give us a lot of help early. And he's been hurt every year, and he's still been battling some things. And then Jack is really just a product of our program. And we didn't know as a freshman, but it's great to see those guys just develop over time. It's great to see Devin finally starting to get a little rhythm and come out, But then Gabe comes in, who's just a sophomore, and he gives us a spark. You got Neiman who can come in, and we don't drop off there, but he was so huge in our defensive linebacking core tonight. So,
let's not forget about Surrey and the Wildcats.
And once again, I think Coach Hayden, he did a great job mixing things up. Those were hard points to come by against a well-coached football team. But it all goes back to everybody's going to call them the big uglies. They're beautiful to me. Those guys are absolutely beautiful, and I love watching them get after it.
You don't change your game plan at all. You're down 14-0 early.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed.